Recording in progress.
So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite ways to sell real estate because every time you sell one, you get more business from it. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single day to help you in growing your business. And today's a cool topic. We're going to talk a little bit about, the old school approach would be considered neighborhood farming. I would call it a neighborhood takeover. This is something that, if done correctly, can guarantee you results on a consistent basis. If you do it the right way, if you really understand sales and most importantly, for lack of a better term, branding that you need to do. I hate to use that term because I don't really like branding, but getting people to know you, like you, and trust you in a specific community, this can generate a lot of closings for you. So that's going to be our topic here today. We've all thought of trying to take over a certain community. It might be the one that you live in, the neighborhood or the subdivision that you live in. It might be a luxury neighborhood throughout your community or your market area. It might be that you sold a home in there one time and you said, man, I love this neighborhood. I'd love to just kind of take this neighborhood over. How in the world do you do that? Well, a lot of agents have struggled with all the reasons in their mind that they think they can't do it. Other realtors have sold homes in there. Other realtors have been mailing in there for a while. Other agents live in the neighborhood. They own a home in the area, so they think they can't take it over. Let me tell you, one of the approaches that we use, and I've got a whole training on it. What I decided to do today, this is the first time we've ever done this on a morning meeting. I'm putting a full training in the video description below. This is brand new. It's a full training that you can watch on how to take over a specific neighborhood. So feel free to check that out. But what a lot of agents struggle with is, how do you break into that market? What should you be sending? What should you be doing? How do you get them to know who you are? What if you've never sold a home in there before? What if other realtors were like the new build rep when the place was built 4 or 5 years ago? They've worked with every homeowner in there. How do you get them? This is a common problem that a lot of agents have dealt with. But, we've done such an effective job. Internally, we call it our hood funnels. Okay. It's a neighborhood funnel, but it's completely offline. I shouldn't say completely offline, 80% offline marketing, not online, not video, not any of that stuff. It's offline marketing. And these hood funnels, this neighborhood takeover has worked so well that we've actually documented realtors that lived in that neighborhood. Not only did they stop marketing in a neighborhood, we ran them out altogether. They freaking moved. We've done this multiple times. 3 neighborhoods that I can think of in the state of Florida, where the realtors lived in there. They sat in the model when the places were being built. They know all of the homeowners. They got so mad at what our agents were doing and taking over market share, starting to get more listings in the area, that they didn't only just stop marketing themselves, they freaking moved out of the neighborhood. They couldn't stand to check their mail. They couldn't stand to check their email box because they saw what we were doing and there's no way they could compete. Now, in order to do this, you have to have a unique selling proposition. You have to have a reason for them to use you in lieu of all other options, including somebody that maybe they already know. You have to have some information to show why they should use you. Even if you haven't sold those homes in the area, they don't know who you are. You can't show, I've sold 5 of your neighbors' houses. You don't have any of that track record yet. You've got to have a great offer. So what I did is I put together this full training on how that works and kind of walk everybody through this. You'll see it in the video description down here, but kind of walk everybody through. If you have a neighborhood you like, whether it's your own neighborhood, a lot of agents do luxury neighborhoods. So they'll work a luxury area because it's the right price range. It's the right style of home that they're looking for. That's something that you can put in place for yourself, and you can start using it right now to pick up some of that business. Now, the advantage with this is once you do get that first deal, it might take you a month, but once you get that first transaction, I show you how you can leverage that in the same neighborhood so you can get the second, the third, the fourth, and beyond. So once you start to get a little traction, it becomes easier. You know how it is. Once you get the wheels moving, it's a lot easier to steer. Very hard to steer or go anywhere when the wheels aren't moving, right? So you got to get those first couple of transactions happening. We do it on the sell side. But we also do it on the buy side. Keep in mind, representing a buyer moving into a neighborhood, it's a really good way for you to get in that neighborhood as the local specialist. So what I've done is I've kind of documented how we've put this together. I did a full training session on exactly how this is done. You can check it out in the video description here, but I think you'll find, and by the way, don't bother watching it unless you got 30 or 40 minutes. This is a full-blown deal. This isn't a 10-minute preview. This is 30, 40, maybe 45 minutes on exactly how to take over a neighborhood. I know you've got one in your mind. I know you've got one that you're thinking, man, if I could get 8 deals a year out of that neighborhood, how much money is that? Like, figure the numbers on that. If I could get 8 or 10 transactions a year out of that neighborhood and do that consistently and keep building on that year after year, a lot of agents never need to leave that neighborhood. That can be their primary area where they do the vast majority of their business. So this is something for you to think about, in a day and age in real estate here where everything's on the internet and all this talk about AI and this artificial intelligence is going to replace every job and you won't even need a real estate agent and all of that stuff. How to get your Facebook ads right and your Instagram and how do you do Google pay per click and all that stuff. It's really cool to know that you can still go with an offline version and take over massive amounts of market share in a very small neighborhood, how to be a huge fish in a small pond. I think you'll find that if you check this out, it will make a significant difference for you. Happy to provide it for you. Just check it out in the video description, which, by the way, you should be following this page and turn on notifications, ring the bell so you know each time I have some of this, because I want to start giving out as much information as possible to help you in growing your business. But for an awful lot of agents I've talked to, one of the best ways for them to do it is like they say, I want to take over this neighborhood. What should I send? Should I send my business card? Should I send an intro letter? Should I do a QR code that goes to a video? Should I send them a video listing presentation? They're thinking of all these different things that you could try to send, but I got to tell you, nothing is going to be sent one time and get you a whole bunch of business. So don't do it at all. Don't waste your time. Don't convince yourself. Don't listen to any of that crap out there that tells you that one time is what's going to make it work for you. As a matter of fact, this isn't the first time you've watched me. So it's not going to be the first time they read your sales letter, look at your postcard, go to your website, scan a QR code, see your Facebook ad, whatever. One time you're wasting there is no such thing as one and done marketing. That's the reason agents continue to fail. They try this once. That didn't work. They try this one. That didn't work for me. Let me go try this one. That didn't work for me. Look, you're doing this to yourself. Of course, it's not going to work. That's not how, first of all, that's not how real estate sales works in the first place. Nobody's sitting in their house like, I love my home. This is the place I want to be forever. Let me check the mail. Oh, look, I can sell my home at top. I'm ready to go right now. I need to call her right now. The mail came today. She wants to get this lead today. I'm going to call her right now. And I'm going to say, I got your mail today. I need to move immediately. Can you meet me tomorrow? Does that ever happen? No, they think about this for months, sometimes for years. It's a matter of you having the right mind in their mind, being that top of mind presence, being that liked and trusted person that they would go with. Sometimes you get very, very quick results, but over time that continues to build. And every time you can show evidence of success that you did something in that neighborhood, it builds even bigger. And you can take over massive amounts of market share. I'll tell you the number, and you'll see it in the video here. The number we shoot for is 25% market share the first year and 30% market share thereafter. Listen to me. 100 home sales, I want you to get 25 of them the first year and 30 every year thereafter. If there's 100 home sales in that neighborhood, this can be big for you. But again, this is contrary to a lot of the stuff you see, any of the trainings, webinars, even the stuff that we do, you got to do some online stuff. You got to really go big with that. But what I'm showing you here is how you can take over a small community. I don't care if it's 30 or 40 homes or if it's 1,200 homes. You can take over a small area, a subdivision, a neighborhood, a community, and really, really start to do a ton of business there. Many of you have heard the story of the neighborhood that I took over when I sold real estate. Only 63 homes in the neighborhood. I took over 60% within 2 years. I had over 60% market share. Ended up doing nearly everything in there. By the way, if you happen to be from Columbus, Ohio, go ahead and look up Sunbury Lake. See how much business I did in that one little area around a pond. Did tremendous amounts of business, utilizing exactly what I'm showing you in this video. Use it yourself. Doesn't matter if there's 60 homes, doesn't matter if there's 600 homes. It's working all over the country. We've got agents using this everywhere. It's what we call the hood funnels, neighborhood funnels, taking over a community. And it's mostly offline, which is why it's getting such a bigger result. It's getting such a better stick rate, and that they keep these items for when they're ready, if they're not ready right now. A whole bunch of them are ready now, but some are not. So anyway, hopefully you find this helpful for you. I do want you to watch it whenever you have time. Don't watch 10 minutes of it and leave. Like, why do you do this to your business? Just completely ignore it rather than confusing yourself, unless you're serious about growing your business. Don't even click the damn button unless you're serious about, you know what? I want to watch it. I want to go through this training, and I want to implement this in my business so I can actually start making 6 figures or beyond. If you implement, if you do what you're supposed to do. For the vast majority of people, let me tell you, results not typical. For the vast majority of people, they ain't doing squat. You know why? Because over here, we got all kinds of stuff from YouTube, all kind of recommendations. You can see Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. You can watch that again if you want. You can see who's sleeping with who and what's going on now and who identifies as a munchkin. Or you can actually grow your real estate business, getting really focused on what you need to do to push your business forward. You'll see that in the video description below. Hopefully that's helpful for you. I'm excited to see you guys on the next Inner Circle coaching call. Got a phenomenal call for everybody that's members with us here. I'm excited to keep building your business for you. So check it out. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. Take over one neighborhood. Watch how easy it is to do that on multiple neighborhoods. Business gets really, really easy for you. Check it out in the description below. Make sure you're following the channel. If you're not yet, follow the channel and ring the bell. And I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye for now.